Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! Seconds from game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead! Behind the screen, Harper got a piece of it, it comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship. Tying run at second, 2 out, Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it, into the middle of the 15, to the 20, break free of the 25, to the 30, to the outside, 40, midfield, 40, 30 to the post, 20, 15, Hester 5.
For the 3rd time in 6 seasons, it's one goal team. The Chicago Blackhawks win the Stanley Cup. Bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it to Rizzo. It's in time, and the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago. I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching this on our YouTube channel, excellent! And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, well, actually, you are subscribed because you're watching us on it. So, listen, you can also tweet us at Sports Zone Shy. That's CHI at Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, it's a little tricky. All right, on Facebook, I'm at Shawn.Sierra.2025. All right, which I still don't have access to. On Twitter, I'm at ShawnSierra33. But on Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok, I'm at the Shawn Sierra. Listen, I got a great show, but I need you to get interactive. So make sure you comment on your platform. Put it up there to come up on the screen. We'll incorporate it into the show in that, my peoples. So it makes this morning sports talk show around. And that's you. So bring them all, baby. Questions, comments, smart-ass remarks, because ain't nobody scared over here. Like The Rock said, baby, don't sing it. Just bring it. Let's check. my man. Cornelius Squall's checking in. What up? This is top of the morning, Shawn and Sports Zoners. A great day for soccer. Argentina didn't win, but of course, you know who tried to steal Spain's glory? Yeah, your president. That's crazy. Mr. Southside himself, Michelle Walls in the Mickey Picky house says, what up on a hump day? We went well. Well, I'm glad to hear it. Good. Glad to hear your colonoscopy went well, Michelle. Glad to hear it. Listen, I don't know a lot about a lot, but I do know this more. The usual suspects will chime in as the show goes on. That, my peoples. That I know for sure. Listen, a lot to talk about today in Chicago sports, and I'm fired up to do it with you guys. I'm fired up about it. All right. We have quite a few things going. 3 days. 3 days till training camp starts, actually until the rookies report. The rookies report on it's here. It's here. And I can't tell you how happy I am that football season. I'm not downplaying or pushing aside baseball season because my White Sox did a hell of a job. Tied for first in the American League Central. But you know me, I love me some football. Football is my favorite, has been my favorite sport since I was 10 years old. Probably a year or two before. So football season, Bear season is upon us, and I am fired up to talk about it, as well as other stuff. We do have White Sox to talk. We do have Cubs to talk. And we do have Bears to talk. So we're going to get that all done in these 90 minutes or so. So as our old Uncle Hawk Harrelson used to say, sit back, relax, and strap it down. We got about to get into it. We're about to get into it big time. Mr. Southside says, training camp coming up that fast. Yes, sirree, Bob. Yes, sirree, Bob. As I said, the rookies report on Saturday and the vets report on Tuesday. Again, I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. I really the fact that they have training camp at Hallis Hall. It is so small. The amount of people who can attend is extremely limited. As you saw, they have the ticket giveaway, and within 10 minutes, all those tickets were gone. For every open practice, every ticket was gone in about 10 minutes. I wouldn't even say 10 minutes. And that's the crappy part, is that if you don't get them, now you got to ask around for them. And people will charge you for them. People will charge you $5, $10, $15, $20 per ticket. And these are free tickets. And times you'll have people who have tickets and just don't use them. Just don't use them, and that's a shame, because there are a lot of people out there who would love to go to Bears training camp. A lot. So, Nimodo, complain about it isn't going to do anything. They're not going back to Olivet Nazarene. Okay, they left not a contentious way, but they weren't happy at all with a lot of the promises that were made but not kept. So I get it, I understand, but man, if you've ever been to training camp at Hallis Hall, it sucks. It really sucks. It's the grounds are small. Okay, you have to park in a mall, the Hawthorne shopping center, I believe it's called, and then you have to take a shuttle over from the shopping mall to Hallis Hall, because Hallis Hall is in a business district. And it's at the end. You got to wiggle through the back. You get all the way at the end of that district. It's all commercial buildings, office buildings. You get to the end, that's where you go. Don't get me wrong, it's a great time. But this year seems a little weird. All right, this year seems very weird because there's no family day. See here, look. Public practice Friday the 31st. Public practice Saturday the 1st. Public practice Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday the 4th, 5th, and 6th. Public practice the 8th, 8th and 9th. And then right after that, you're right into preseason games on the 15th. Now, so no family day. Things are a lot different. I don't get it. No family day. And that's weird. I don't understand why they don't have family day. For those of you who don't know what family day is, it's a day where the Bears go to any practice at Soldier Field. Tickets are like $5. Tickets are like $5, and they practice at Soldier Field. And you get a good look at a first look at them for the season. Can bring your family, your kids, and it's called Family Day because you bring your family. All right, $5 a ticket. There's really no assigned seats. Just get in where you fit in. And it's a good way for a couple of things. Good way to get your kids indoctrinated into being Bears fans because the atmosphere is pretty dope. The cost, now the concessions don't change. That cost is still the same, but it's mitigated by the fact that tickets are only $5. And then I don't remember how much parking was. I think that might be full price too because that's owned by the park district. So Mr. Southside himself asked, he goes, what was training camp like for you, SuperBack, as a player? Well, in college and when I played professionally overseas, college was crazy. That was my first real, what can I put? So my first time away from home and first time dealing with the big boys. All right, I'm playing with all older guys as a freshman. So it was the summer, late summer, early fall of 89. I'm at Holy Cross. And the conditioning that they had us do was nothing. Like we were there, just like you know how the rookies are coming in on Saturday. They're coming in on Tuesday. Well, it was similar to that. It was just like that at Holy Cross. The freshmen came in about 3 days before the upperclassmen. So they ran us a little bit, had us in conditioning, and I was tired. But when the upperclassmen got back, holy cow, my body never known that sort of fatigue or exhaustion in my life. I was 18 years old. Never knew that type of exhaustion. Never knew it. And funny story, I'm telling you, I got to write a book. So it was like the second or third day of camp. First day, I was just done. Oh my goodness! They said lights out at I don't know if it was 10 o'clock. Man, I did not have a problem being knocked out at 10 o'clock. Did not have a problem. The running they had us do, the heat was hot. We're practicing on top of the hill, on top of Mount St. James, where the Hart Center was, where our practice fields were. Woo! So it's like the second day or third day. I get up. It's about 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. I had to go to the bathroom for some reason. So I go into a stall. 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I fall asleep on the commode. Just my head leaned over onto the wall of the stall. And next thing you know, I hear showers going. I hear people coming in. I fell asleep there for like 2 hours. Fell asleep for 2 hours. Guys were coming in, getting ready to shower, brush their teeth. Showers were at the other end because we're in a dorm, so it's a community bath, community bathroom. Man, I was so freaking tired, dude. That was crazy. That was insane. And then when I played overseas, it was a little different. We had it at the end, but there was still the conditioning test in college. It was 10 110s. So we had to run 110 yards. I think 10 times. And we had to finish within 0.3 of a second from our first to our 10th. If you didn't, you had to stay after after practice once camp started. Extra conditioning. Yeah. It wasn't 10. It was more than 10. It's 12 110s or 15 110s, something like that. 110 yards. We had a sprint. And all 15 of 10 or 12 or 15 of them had to be within 3/100 or 0.3 of a second. So if you did like 10-2, you couldn't go past 10-5. You go past 10-5, you have to do extra conditioning for about for the first week of camp. Camp was like a week and a half, 2 weeks long. So you'd have to do extra conditioning after. Yeah, that was insane. Yeah, Michonne, they're called up downs. Michonne says, I'm guessing no burpees back in the day. No, they were called up downs. Yeah, and that was part of one of the stations. So Coach Duffner, who I love, and actually I might be heading back out to Worcester this year. He's coming back there. I forgot what the issue or the reason was, but they're having a reunion. I think it's 35 years from that 1991 team that went undefeated. Coach Duffner's coming back. But anyway, he had coached at Ohio State. And for those of you there's a amusement park like Six Flags at Great America, but it's called Kings Island. We would name our morning conditioning Kings Island. We would do conditioning today in camp. In the morning and after lunch. In the morning, we had our conditioning before practice. And in the afternoon, we had our conditioning after practice. So we had stations. There was like 8 stations. 8 stations. And he called our training, the camp, he called it Kings Island. From, I think it's a amusement park in Sandusky, Ohio. And there were up downs, what we call burpees now. There were up downs. Now, mind you, that was with our equipment on. Shoulder pads, thigh boards, knee pads, helmet. That's the whole 9. Yeah. My man King Booker World checking in. What's up, Papa? How are you? Shawn, Cornelius, Michonne, salute. Thanks for checking in, buddy. Appreciate you. So, yes, we did have burpees back in the day, Michonne, and I hated them back then, too. Hated them back then as well. But listen, let's get it. I was going to go to commercial, but we'll do a commercial after the top of the morning topics. All right, so let's get it crack-a-lackin', baby. You know how we do the first segment of every show is called Top of the Morning.
It won't come just when you want it.
Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
Which way do we go? Which way do we go? Which way do we go? Start here for you psychos. Psychos. The Cubs beat the Detroit Tigers 11-2 yesterday. Peterson got the win. He's 5-7, new and 6 2/3, 3 hits, 1 free pass, 4 punch-outs. Conforto 1 for 2 with a homer, his 9th of the season, driving in his 23rd and 24th. RBIs of the year, PCA was 2 for 2 with a triple, his 5th of the season, driving in 2 RBIs, 54 and 55. And Carson Kelly was 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs, 34 and 35 on the year. With that win, The next top of the morning topic, the Cubs. They go for the series win today against the Tigers. First pitch is at 7 o'clock Central. You can catch that game on the Marquee Network or listen to it on their flagship station, 104.3 FM or 670 AM. The score, the probables for tonight's game for Detroit. Keter Montero, he's 6-5 with a 3.23 ERA going up against Colin Ray, who's on the bump for the Northsiders. He's 7-6 with a 4.74 ERA. Keeping it moving, baby. The next top of the morning topic, the good guys from the South Side did not have a good day yesterday at all. They got their ass handed to them. The White Sox, they fall to the Texas Rangers 10-0. Whoo, Charlie, ass whooping. Noah Schultz, the local youngster, had a rough day. He got the loss. He's 3-7. He went 3 2/3. 11 hits. My goodness. 5 earned runs, 2 strikeouts. Not a good day at the office for that young man. Miguel Vargas was 1 for 4 with a double, was 24th. Murakami was 1 for 3. Next top of the morning topic, we stay with the White Sox. The White Sox, they take on the Rangers tonight in the rubber match of the series. So they can still win the series. Both teams will win their respective series with a win today. First pitch is at 7:05 p.m. Central. You can catch that game on Chicago Sports Network or listen to it on their flagship station, ESPN 1000. That's 1000 AM. The probables for tonight's game, Anthony Kay is going for the Southsiders. He's 6-4 with a 4.24 ERA. He's going up against Cal Quantrill for the Rangers, who's 3-2 with a 3.93 ERA. Oh, man. My man, Mr. Shorty, checking in. What's up, Bye-bye? It's the top of the morning to you. Shorty, what's up, buddy? Thank you for tuning in, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it every time, man. And it means a lot that you tune in every day. Even if you mute us, I do. It means a lot, buddy. It means a lot. It means a lot. So, next top of the morning topic. I don't know if you heard. Connor Bedard was introduced to the media, and he made a pitch. A question was asked, but he said it would be great. He welcomed Patrick Kane back. He said, "Man, to learn from him, to be on a line with him, would be great." And that would be awesome. Just got his 5-year, $75 million deal. And imagine if within a week's time, because Patrick Kane's a free agent. He hasn't signed with anyone yet. And I think they're saying it's an East Coast team. I don't know if it's Boston. Goodness gracious, I can't remember who the two organizations are, or the Blackhawks. So he might come back to the Blackhawks, which I hope. He said, imagine first time he gets introduced back at the old place, the Madhouse on Madison. Yeah, that would be pretty wild. So he said, "Hey, come on out, come back home." Basically, and that would be dope. I think that would be one of the best things for Connor Bedard to learn from arguably the greatest American-born hockey player of all time. 3-time Stanley Cup champion, a league MVP, multiple-time All-Star. Yeah. That's a great person to learn from, especially a guy like him. I just think it'd be perfect for Bedard to take his game to another level. All right, when you're around greatness, you get great. Greatness shares itself with you. It forces you to be your best. It forces you to be your best. And Connor Bedard wants to be great. And if you can learn from a three-time Stanley Cup champion whose game is very similar to yours, man, you do it. You do it. So, Kaner, if you're watching, it's the old madhouse on Madison is inviting you back home. We're inviting you home. You know you belong here. And what a way to pay it forward. To ensure the next generation being taught properly, is being led properly. You know, it's a way to pay it forward. And kind of instill some of the things that were instilled in you as a youngster. All right, there's a way to do things here. Okay, there's a level that must be played at and adhered to. Don't stray away from that level. You set the bar very high. A very high bar, but you know what? It is a bar that can be reached. And that's the thing that I think Kane would be a good fit here. Say, hey, look what we did. You guys can do as much, if not better. I still think they're a couple pieces away, but they are definitely on the right track. For real, on the right track. Next top of the morning topic. Northwestern coaches, players, and staff yesterday got a good look, a walkthrough at the new Ryan Field yesterday. You see the players on the field with the safety vests on, all wearing helmets as well. The picture we got from Ben Pope from the Sun-Times. It looks so cool. Everyone's right up on you. Other side. Everyone is right up on you. It's going to hold only 35,000 people. That's down from 47,000, 48,000 from before. Now, mind you, this is all private money. This is all private money. They knocked this stadium down and they rebuilt this. Apparently their coffers go a lot deeper than the Chicago Bears, but I digress. It's a pretty cool looking venue. This picture. It's the first picture. This picture was from the Sun-Times. This picture is from Ben Pope of the Sun-Times. And this picture is from Fox 32. It's a very small, very intimate. I'll tell you what, if I were Northwestern, I would reach out to the state of Illinois, throw my hat in the ring for the state championship games to be held here. What what better place for a high school kid than to play on the lake? I don't care if it's not in Chicago, it's in Evanston. Literally adjacent to the city. You're up there at Pratt and Argyle. It's really, it looks really intimate. As intimate as you can get with 38,000 people. Or how many people? 35, excuse me. So it's going to be sold out. Almost, I would imagine it's going to be sold out most of the time, especially when big-time teams come. Wisconsin and Michigan, Ohio State, USC, and UCLA. Those will be premium games, and those will be games that everyone's going to want to go and see. That looks dope. You know what's crazy, though? Here's the crazy part. Is that there are a lot of high schools in Texas who have a bigger stadium, have a higher capacity than 35,000. High school. You kidding me? High school kids. So, yeah, I don't. And I think that was the whole purpose. They wanted it to be very intimate, very small. I mean, they took away 12,000 seats. I don't get it. That's revenue. But what the hell? Obviously, they thought it was a good idea. Otherwise, they would have done it. Somebody convinced, I don't know. Let's cut 12,000 seats. I don't. But it looks, the rendering, I mean, that's not even a rendering. Those are pictures of the actual facility. It's not a rendering. It's not a drawing of what it's going to look like. That is what it looks like. And the team, as you saw in the first picture here, saw in this picture, you see the team on the field with the yellow safety vests, and they're all wearing construction hats. My question is, why are you wearing a construction hat if you're in the middle of the field and there's no construction over you? I'm not saying, I'm just saying. It's an open air stadium. You're in the middle of the field, in the open air. Look. I don't know. I'm just saying. Little weird. But I think I would like to go to a Northwestern game this year to check that out. Been to Ryan Field before. It was cool. Nothing to write home to mom about, but it was cool. So I'm forward to going to the new Ryan Field and checking it out. That will be pretty dope. And Michelle, I too like the purple seats. And just so you know, I don't know if a lot of you guys knew, but Holy Crawlers of Northwestern, purple and white. It was purple and white for the Holy Cross Crusaders up at Holy Cross in Worcester, Massachusetts. Shawn said, because it's still a construction zone, SuperBack. I get it. I was just being difficult. I was just being a jagbag. Why are you wearing the damn helmets? No, I get it. I understand. It's precaution. So we'll see. But yeah, that looks dope. That picture, not the rendering. The pictures of that place look awesome. They look awesome. So I would suggest you guys try and get to a game here at Ryan Field. It's scheduled to open on October 2nd for their game against Penn State. You know, that'll be sold out. That'll be sold out. But a top-of-the-line facility for the Northwestern Wildcats. As I said, if I was them, I'd reach out to the IHSA and say, hey, you can have your state championship games here. Now, you have Evanston. You got tons of food places, enough restaurants, and they have a lot of restaurants, a lot of hotels. Or you can just take another 15, 20-minute ride back to downtown, and you have all the that the city has to offer you. It's my thoughts. Maybe I'm crazy. Anyway, we're going to take a break. On the other side of the break, we're going to get into some baseball talk, baby. White Sox, Cubs. All right, so don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn Sierra Sports on Sports Zone Chicago. Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings.
I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
It's a romance sport. What? It's a romance sport like that.
Your Marine Corps' way of life is to defend the American way of life. Every day, no matter where we serve, we take a stand for our nation, for each other, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Everybody in a work zone is someone's somebody.
This is my mom. She works for KDOT.
This is my dad.
This is my mom.
This is my daddy.
This is my sister.
This is my daddy.
This is my son, Scott. He was killed while working in a highway work zone. When you drive through a work zone, drive like a life depends on it. Because it does.
softly hit, right field, pushing foul. Oh, Alcantara! What a play! Throw back to second. Great job, the Jaguar. Walks, not a lot of strikeouts. High fly ball, right field. That's back on its way. Gone! Michael Conforto will touch them all, and it is 9-0. I wasn't sure if it'd go or not. Algieri hits it well out towards left center. PCA on the run. Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Welcome back to ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of the Marquee Network. Those are the Northsiders yesterday in a big win over Detroit Tigers, excuse me. I don't know, it just tends to slip. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway. Let's get to talking. Who are they buyers? You know, I was talking to a couple of people, listening to a couple of people as well. I think I may have amended. I think I have amended my stance. It was brought to my attention. It was reminded to me. Chance, go get it. Talk about my White Sox. Now, the ideal thing, what Chris Getz is trying to do, he's trying to build a team that sustains success. So I want the team that's in the playoffs every year, a team that has a chance, you have a chance to go to the World. If you go to the World Series and win it, if you're not in the playoffs. So he wants a team that consistently makes the playoffs. And I get it. And that's what makes this so kind of difficult, because I too would like to say, hey, let's get, and I've said it before here, let's build something. Don't get out over your skis. Let everybody, keep everybody, see how they perform, see how they perform next year before the deadline, before you decide whether or not you're going to be a buyer for a big arm. I've amended that a little bit. I'm thinking about it. I think if there's a chance, so you're telling me there's a chance, if we're coming down to it, was August 3rd, I want to say, is the deadline. I thought it was the 31st, but it's not. It's August 3rd. Go get who you got to get. Tariq Skubal probably won't be available. He's at the end of this last year of his deal. He'd be a rental player. But here's the one thing that I also think about. Do guys want to play here? Will guys sign here for the right amount? Will the Sox pay the right amount? Will they be competitive in their offers? But if you can get a guy, who are they talking about? You can get a guy that you have some control over. It's a good. You could drop him at the number one. Drop him at the number one, and you have a year or two of control over him. You're probably prospects. I'm okay with that, especially if we have control for 2 years. After this season, there's 2 more years of control. I'm okay with giving up some good prospects. I just don't know who's out there. What team would be willing to make a deal when you have a good closer? I mean, a good pitcher. You got him signed up for a couple more years under control. Who's going to want to get rid of him? For unknowns, for prospects. Prospects are hit or miss, but when you got a guy who performs well at the big leagues, you're going to want something in return. Are the White Sox ready to do that? I don't know, but I hope they are. I don't know. This just in on The Athletic. It says that the Tigers likely asking price for Tariq Skubal will be the starter, a controllable starting pitcher plus quality prospects. The starter will replace Skubal in the rotation, backfilling his innings, but almost certainly providing lesser performance. And this is from Ken Rosenthal and Will Salmon from The Athletic. So you need a couple of quality prospects and a starter. Are you ready to do that, White Sox? Who are your untouchables? Rock Chalowski, I would imagine, is one of your untouchables. I would imagine so. Rock Chalowski would be a great addition to this team when this team gets really, really, really good. But the cool part about it is this, is that we don't need him to come up and be a hero. We don't need him to save us. We already have a first-place team. So we can let you stay down in the minors for a while and develop. We don't need you at the big league level yet. Like, you can go down there and play here the rest of the season. Play down there the rest of the season. Start him in double. Go to triple. At the end of the season, you'll have half of a minor league season under your belt. Then comes training camp, then comes spring training, and you can go from there. But the White Sox are in no hurry to bring him up because they have people. Colson Montgomery, third or short. Anywhere. Jesus Christ, that dude can play everything. He played short yesterday. Chase Mydroff. It's the same Antonacci, who also plays a lot of left. Miguel Vargas and Murakami Muratake. They alternate and they alternate first and DH. So, Rock Chalowski, we don't need you. We'll take you, but we don't need you. You can develop down there. And that the White Sox have been developing their talent, I want him to stay down there for a while. I want him to come up middle of next year, raking. Middle of next season, right around this time. Because we don't need him. We want him. We don't need him to come save us. We need him to contribute. So, Chris Getz, if you're listening, don't have him sniff. Maybe you can have him sniff the field at the end of the season when the rosters expand. I just think that this kid could use some exposure. Exposure to minor league pitching, and then bring him up at the end of the year when, as I said, when the rosters expand, get him exposed to some major league pitching. A lot different than minor league pitching. But I will say this. Whatever plan Chris Getz has, I'm behind it 100%. I'm behind it 100%. Because the readiness with these youngsters are coming up to the big leagues is simply outstanding. Their readiness is outstanding. They've all contributed, and that has to go to Chris Getz, has to go to the director of minor leagues of the farm system, and it has to go to the managers who are enforcing this and really convincing their players this is the way to go. And you're seeing people coming up, taking pitches, going to 2-2, 3-2 before they're out or get a hit or walked. They're taking pitchers deep in the counts, and pitchers don't want to do that. They want to get rid of it. If they're going to strike out, they'd rather you strike out 1 ball, 3 strikes, boom, you're out. 4 pitches, next guy up. When you go to full count, that's 7 pitches. I'm sorry, 5 pitches. And if you foul off any after that, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It could go crazy. But that's what the White Sox do to get pitchers into high pitch counts, especially if they can't work with him. They're not getting to him, and a pitcher is just on 10. And it happens. It happens. You want to be able to get him out due to his pitch count. Let them bring in a guy who's not as good as the reliever. But I really have to congratulate Chris Getz and the entire minor league system on the job they're doing now. And never in a million years that I think I'd be giving Chris Getz this much credit, this much praise, this much love. Never did I think I'd be doing that. But here we are. And I'll tell you what, I will gladly eat my words. I will gladly retract all the bad things I said about Chris Getz as the director of minor league player personnel. Because he was bad. I will retract whatever I said about him. Well, I won't retract it because he was bad. It was an internal hire. It was a legacy pick or, Nepo hire because he was here for a long time. But it worked out. And that's all I care about, and that's all that Sox Nation cares about. Did it work? We're so tired of him making stupid, impulsive moves. We thought this was just another stupid, impulsive move until it wasn't. What did kids say? Put some respect on his name. I have to now. No problem doing it. None whatsoever. I definitely put some respect on Chris Getz's name. Sox are in a good spot because they don't need their rookie right now. They don't need them. Because for me, getting enough at bats is huge. I'd rather you get more at bats in the minors than less than recommended. So if they want to give you 400 plate appearances, maybe Rock Challis will get 350. Who knows? Whatever number of plate appearances they want, I want you doing it in an environment where you can be pretty successful. I don't want you coming up to the majors getting shell shocked because these pitchers are a different animal, generally speaking. Get you some confidence. Get versed in the batting approach that this organization has, the patience that this organization wants you to display. Then come up to the show. Because if you continue to do that with all these guys, you're going to continue to have a lot of freaking problems. Like, where the hell are we going to put all these players who can play? Where? This is not something that is familiar to Sox fans. We have more players than positions. This is new to us. But I'll tell you what, I like it. I like it a lot. Black Diamond checking in. What's up, Papa? How are you? Black Diamond says, top of the morning, gang, FGB. Closer and closer to my favorite time of the year. Starts Saturday, baby. Ricky's Report. Bets on Tuesday. Woo woo. I love it. What was I saying? What was I saying? Thanks, Black Diamond. You rattled me. But that's what I want. I got to give Chris Getz his kudos. And I want these. If we can get more guys up, that'd be great. Because now you can, if you give teams major league ready players, who go about their business the right way, who are fundamentally sound, not a cancer in the locker room. You can get some good pieces. You can get some good pieces. If you want to get above average to great, you're gonna have to purge some of that. It's that farm system. It's the way it is. Just like the Jacob Gonzalez trade away. I was hurt. It was really saddened. I wanted to see this guy do well in a White Sox uniform. Where are they going to put him? He doesn't play third. Miguel Vargas, Colson Montgomery. At short, you have Rock Chalowski. The second, you have Chloe Butler. First. Second, Chase Mydroff. Who's Chloe Butler? Second, Chase Mydroff. And at first, you have Vargas and Murakami. So where he's going to fit, I have no idea. Pitching is what worries me. Yesterday, Noah Schultz had a rough outing. And God bless it. That son of a gun. You know? I know he's not doing it on purpose, but god damn. Oh, damn. What did he go? 3 2/3. He didn't even get out of the fourth. 3 2/3, 11 hits, 5 earned runs, and 2 walks. 2 strikeouts, excuse me. they were dominated. The White Sox were dominated from front to back. They, from top to bottom, wasn't even a contest yesterday. Just like it wasn't a contest on, what's today? Wednesday. Wasn't a contest on Monday. All right, they put up a double digits. The Rangers respond with double digits. What are we going to do? What are we going to do today? We're going to respond with double digits? That'd be dope. It'd be another road series victory. Those have come few and far between for us, but they've gotten better recently, and I'd love to continue that trend. White Sox Kyle Teal went down yesterday with a high ankle sprain. Wow. When I watched it, I'm like, I didn't really see what happened, or I didn't see the point of no return. Like, oh shit, that's where he did it. I didn't see that. Apparently his cleat got stuck in the ground and he turned and it stayed stuck in the ground. But he's out 6 to 12 weeks. I don't even think there are 12 weeks left of the season. But that stinks, because now you got to deal with that. Not deal, but you have Edgar Carroll coming back, who was back yesterday. And trying to find I can't think of their other catcher. It's not Teal. Yeah, let me see. It's Romo. Trying to think of the other catcher, but that's okay. We're good. That's okay. I think we're good. I think Kyle Teal might be the best of the catchers, but we're good. Shawn says their starters of the White Sox are not giving this team innings. Yeah, I know. When I check the box score, or if I'm watching the game, like what inning are they in? Oh, okay, they're in 7. Okay, they went 6+. Strike 3. All right, they went 7. They definitely need to do that, Shawn. You can't tax your bullpen on a regular basis. You got to give them a day off. You got to go 6, 7 innings, maybe 8 if your pitch count is low. Go 8 innings, bring a closer in, call it a night. Sox offense, give them 5, 6 runs, we'll be good. Not guaranteed to win, but you're in a great position for one with that one. Starting rotation is another area that I'm a little concerned with, which is why I was talking earlier about making a trade, being buyers at the deadline. Go get one. I can't remember who we were talking about today. Who's available for the White Sox? It's got a couple years control. I can't remember the team either, although I think I just look them up on the roster. But Tariq Skubal is not coming here because let me tell you this. Detroit will not trade him into the division. They won't do it. They won't do it. I hope they Detroit themselves and do it, but Tariq Skubal is not. He's a rental. He's going somewhere else. They're going to get back a good haul. So you can get Tariq Skubal out of your mind, White Sox fans, for having him come save the day. The Cubs, on the other hand, the Cubs. The Cubs with an ass whooping yesterday. Smack that. Hold on to smack that. I still think you guys are good. I still think you guys are good. PCA's having a great year. Dansby Swanson's broken out of his slump. And Alex Bregman broke out of his slump, although he could have won it for you yesterday. The bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, 2 outs. Took one swing. 3-0. 3-2. High and inside, goes chasing, end of the inning. Bases loaded. Let him walk. Game over. Let him walk you in. Well, he didn't take his bet off his shoulder for the first 5 pitches. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Time he took his head off the shoulder. Go on. Bye. You know, with the Cubs, are they going to be able to catch the Brewers? I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be able to catch the Brewers. Just got to get in, though. Get the wild card. Just get in. Just get in. And right now, a lot of their players are getting hot. You talk about timing. And the thing is, will there be another slump? I think there will be. I think there will be. But what can you do beforehand? What can you do before you go 3-8 and 11-game stretch? What can you do before that and then after it? Because I said PCA's hot. Dansby Swanson's hot. Alex Bregman's coming off. Is coming up. Seiya is coming up. Ian Happ. What was that? PCA. Dansby. PCA. Dansby. Trying to think of the Bregman, Ian Happ, Seiya Suzuki. I mean, you got 5 guys right now. It's going to be like it was the beginning of the year. You guys, I'll tell you what, Cub fans, listen to this. Cubs, 8 to 10 game win streak. The Cubs are going to go on another one after this, or in the second half of the season. They're going to go on another one. And it's going to be so frustrating for Milwaukee because they have to maintain. Because Milwaukee's 7 games up on us, on you guys, Cub fans, not me. Both teams are 6-4 in the last 10 games, so you can't get any closer. They just will not lose. All right. But the Cubs, on the other hand, they could be in the Tariq Skubal sweepstakes. Easily, they could be in those sweepstakes. You got the money. You need a number 1 starter. And taking him to the playoff, or having him take you guys or lead us to the playoffs, not us. I keep saying because I'm a Chicago guy. Lead the Cubs into the playoffs. It's not a bad number 1. Not a bad number 1. Can you imagine Tariq Skubal on the north side? How different that team would be? How different that rotation looks? He's there. But you're going to have to give up a hefty price for him, Cubbies. Going to have to give up a hefty price for him. Now, I was talking about, I don't think I finished my thought earlier about this year in the Sox buying. Here's the thing you got to realize. You want to build for the love. You want longevity in your success. I get it. Every year is different. Every year is different. But what I mean is the American League is down. The American League sucks. Couple good teams in the National League, but you only face one in the World Series. I think they need to poach a pitcher, poach one. Because right now, the Cubs and the Sox are both shopping for starting pitching, relief pitching. They're both in need of pitching. Cubs seem to have deeper pockets, bigger purse. But they each need a front of the line starting pitcher. Now, I can see Tariq Skubal going to the Cubs. What do they care? He's in Detroit, American League, trade him to the Cubs League. Doesn't matter. It's not going to affect us. I can see that being done. You put Tariq Skubal in the Cubs rotation, Lord have mercy. Now you're cooking with gas. Shorty says, what's up to Black Diamond? I don't know if the Cubs are willing to make that commitment. I believe he's a free agent at the end of the year, so he can test the markets. I hope his emotional state, if they trade Tariq Skubal, well, it's all contingent on how far they go and what kind of role he plays. If he plays a big role and they all really get along, yeah, you might want to give someone a discount. You might. Not certainly, but you might. He might. So both baseball teams need starting pitching and bullpen. I don't know how much they need bullpen. I really like Grant Taylor. I guess getting to Grant Taylor for the White Sox is a son of a gun. Getting to that joker is a son of a gun. Then, was it yesterday or 2 days ago, Sir Anthony Dominguez came in the fourth or fifth, gave up a homer. The guy who's always been a middleman, they paid to be a closer. He's not doing the job. I got Rick Gonzalez checking in. What's up, Pop Eagles? Made it just in time for fake Cub concern. FGB, hashtag F visiting Wisconsin. It's going to be fun. Northsiders stay over there. Watch your boys. Southsiders will stay over here. We'll watch our boys. But something's got to be done at the deadline for both teams. King Booker Will says, I wish there was Anthony out there. I don't know why he's, you know what? Because it's kind of spot for him. You gave him a lot of money. When did he come in? Come in the fifth yesterday? Gave up that homer? What inning did he come in? You're like, damn, dog. Like, without putting you in a pressure situation, you're still giving up cookies. King Booker said, rather than pick a damn random out of the crowd. Let me see. trying to see something. Yeah. Tariq Schoolboy in a Northside uniform would do wonders for that franchise, would do wonders for that fan base, even if it is just a rental. So my point was being, if you have a chance, go for it. Okay? And I think the White Sox are at a point right now I should say the Cubs are good right now. They have the offense. They need the pitching. I think the White Sox are good where they have enough prospects they can trade away to get pitching. Because if you waste this opportunity, who knows? Who knows what the teams are going to be like next year? Who knows what the AL Central is going to be like? Who knows what the NL Central is going to be like? We know what they're like this year. American League is down. AL Central sucks. So you might only get one shot at the apple, one bite at the apple. Get it. Get it. You know, I was a little leery at first, but then I was like, after speaking with some people, I'm like, you know what? That does make sense. And especially, and you're right, Rick, especially with the lockout, why not? So there might not even be baseball next year, FGB. That's a great point. Why not go all out? If you ain't going to be paying nobody, you're locking them out, you ain't paying them, what do you care? So if you can make a push for it, go for it now. Go for it. I think that would be dope if the White Sox went and got a stud pitcher. What was his name? Who's the guy? Bruce Levine. Major League MLB Bruce Levine. He said something. What? Trying to find the name of this pitcher. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't find it. If there's going to be a lockout, go for it. That'll be a cheap one we can get away with. We're hot. We're rocking and rolling. We're firing on all cylinders. Other teams might not be. Other teams that are on paper more talented than us, but they're not rolling. They're not playing to their potential, and the Sox are playing out of their minds. So, yeah, why not? Go for it. Exactly what Rocky told Mr. T. Told Clever Lang. They get the second fight. He's like, I'm going to bust you up. Rocky says, go for it. In Rocky 3, that was the second fight. Rocky had gained the confidence after training in L.A. with all the brothers. He gained the confidence. But go for it, damn it. And Cubs, same thing. I know you're in the National League and you're going to have to face the Dodgers or the Phillies. But bump it. Who cares? Bump it. Who cares? Go after it. Get a frontline starter, and see how it plays out. I mean, Aroldis Chapman's out there. Remember, 10 years ago, he was pitching for the Cubs. The Cubs had to give up Gleyber Torres. you recall that trade. I'm anxious to see how aggressive our teams get, especially my White Sox get at the trade deadline. Cub fans, I want to see how aggressive they get as well. You guys get as well. Because that'll tell you where your organization thinks you are. Your buyers, they're thinking, okay, we can buy. This year is down. Anderson is down. Anderson is down. Tim Anderson is down. And I know you got to go to the but bump it. Why not? I mean, unless you want to just give them the World Series trophy. That's why you play the games. That's why you play the games. You know, there aren't too many. Let me see. Let me look at this. Atlanta, Philly. Cubs are at 560. Atlanta's 580. Philly's at 554. Dodgers is 624. Arizona 510. San Diego 545. 495, excuse me. San Francisco 420. Colorado, their winning percentage is at 39%. It's 40 and 62. Okay, Atlanta, Philly, Miami, You got Milwaukee, the Dodgers, Atlanta. You only got to be two of those. I'd say go all in now. I'd say go all in. Jason Ishbia, next White Sox owner. Step up. Because that'll be dope. Here we go. I'm fired up about this. Bears rookies report to camp on Saturday, July 25th. It's here. Vets report on July 28th. Now, we talked about some of the positions. I want to talk about the tight end position and why that's going to be important moving forward. Ben Johnson is running Ben Johnson's offense, which is great. Not Sean McVay's. Not anyone else's. It's his. So he knows what he needs. He knows, he sees the people that fit his program, his system the best. He's seen them. You know, everyone was talking about, what was his name? Tyler, tight end out of Iowa. And we'll talk about he's the best tight end in the draft. He's the best tight end in the draft. Tyler Warren. And Ben Johnson goes and takes Colston Loveland. And people are up in arms. And that's why I've said before, I'm like, we got to get used to this. When we have a guy like Ben Johnson who is running his own shit, he knows who he needs. He knows what players would fit his system the best. And let's not forget, he was in Detroit. He got an up-close and personal view at Colston Loveland. Same state, not too far from each other. You can go there, check him out. So when he saw Colston Loveland, he's like, man, this guy's going to fit my system perfectly. Then he goes and gets Sam Roush. And people are like, what? Well, we're going to a lot of 3 tight end sets. And Sam Roush is a receiver, is a guy who can catch as well. He's the kind of guy that's going to be sneaky good. You don't cover him because you have Colston Loveland, who made a name for himself. You still have Cole Kmet. You got Roma Dunze or Luther Burden III, and then you still got the running back. So you have a whole bunch of people that you're watching, and you can easily forget about Sam Roush. You go out, I'm telling you, mark my words, July 22nd, 2026, Sam Roush is going to be that tight end who kills you. He kills you because you don't pay attention to him because he's low man on the totem pole. Not only is he a rookie, but you also have not just wide receivers in his position group. You're going to have Rome or Luther Burden out there that you got to worry about. Then you got Cole Kmet. You really got Colston Loveland. You're really going to worry about the 5th option on an offense? And this 5th option can block, can catch, and can run after the catch. He is going to kill people on 3rd downs. When you don't have enough. And the problem is this, that they're going to have defenses. Do you want to put a DB on him? He's too big for him. He can box him out even if it's a 5-yard out. Or a curl. He can shield him the ball and catch the ball with the defender on his back. You want to go with safety or linebacker? He can run past the safeties or the linebackers. Many of them. This is the situation that Ben Johnson's putting himself in often. And then if you want, you can run the ball because they're all blockers. Colston Loveland can block. Cole Kmet can block. Sam Roush can block. The wide receivers are out there blocking. You saw that. Antoine Randall has them boys working. You saw that last year. So you come out in 13 personnel, 1 running back, three tight ends. You don't know what it is. It's not a run for sure. It's not a pass for sure because all 3 tight ends can. So you see what they're doing because it puts pressure on defense. Do you need a nickel back? Do you want an extra linebacker in 13 personnel? What are you going to do? But that's just it, Rick. He said 3 tight end sets seem to be the new hot thing. Only a matter of time before the defense figures out how to defend it better. FGB. Yeah, you have to get personnel because our tight ends are big. So are you bringing in a nickel back? Is that who's going to cover our tight end? Do you want a cornerback covering Colston Loveland? He may be able to keep up with him speed-wise, but physically, size-wise, he can get boxed out. A linebacker on Colston Loveland, he'll run right by him. Sam Roush the same, although I don't believe he's as fast as Colston Loveland. But they have a mismatch. So now you don't know. Do you bring in a nickel package? Do you bring in a jumbo package? Because if you bring a nickel package, you can still run with those 3 because they're going to block. And now you got now you got 3 tight ends blocking 5 DBs. You got tight ends on DBs in the secondary. That's a problem for a defense. That's a problem for a defense. That's why it's a new thing, Rick, is if you can find the people who can go out in the routes and catch and block. Now defense players don't know how to play it because if you, as I said, you put in DBs, we can easily run down your throat. They can easily get blocked by the tight ends, or you put in safeties and keep linebackers in. Well, they're going to run by those guys, and now they're still open. That's the dilemma that Ben Johnson is putting defensive coordinators in. And let's not mention DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monangai both coming out of the backfield. You can just use those guys to clear out, get it to them on the sideline, first down. Ben is going to be able to create mismatches with his 13 personnel like nobody's business. We could be seeing, we could have the best tight end room in the NFL. How fast does Sam Roush get it? How fast does Sam Roush pick up the offense? Because if he does, that 13 personnel is going to be nothing nice for defenses. Because as a former defensive coordinator, I'm thinking, damn, what would I do against 13 personnel with the talent that those tight ends have? Do I put my lighter, faster DBs so they can get boxed out, or do I put my slower safeties and linebackers in run by? That is the dilemma. That is the dilemma for defensive coordinators this year when they face the Bears. Ben Johnson, you are an evil genius, and I love it. To force people, basically, whatever you do is wrong. Defensive back's going to have to make a hell of a play and make a tackle on Colson or Sam Roush or Cole Kmet. You want those guys making tackles on our tight ends? Yeah, as a defensive coordinator, I'd say, no, I'd rather have linebackers or safeties. Or can the safety stay with them? Going into this year, see, it seems like Ben Johnson knows what he wants, and he goes and gets it. It says, Ryan Poles, go get it. Give me this guy. I don't care if he's a number 6 ranked tight end, number 8th ranked tight end coming out by Mel Kiper. I don't care. I know that this kid fits my system, and that's what I want. Ryan Poles says, okay. Okay. I love where the Bears are. This offense is going to be watch. This offense is going to be a big problem for a lot of people. And I'm looking forward to it. We haven't had an offense like that in a while, since 2013. Jay Cutler, Matt Forte, Brandon Marshall, Alshon Jeffrey, Martellus Bennett. That was an offense. That was a hell of an offense. We haven't had one that was Kyle Long. Everyone on that offense either had gone to or was going to go to a Pro Bowl. That's how good that offense was in 2013. They had been to a Pro Bowl, or they were about to go to a Pro Bowl that year or a year later. Either with the Bears or with another team. They were about to go to a Pro Bowl. We have players. We got the quarterback, and most importantly, we have the mastermind, the evil genius. I want to see Ben Johnson holding a cat. Because who has cats? I apologize if you hear the landscapers. We don't have much longer. But who has cats besides old women and villains? I want to see Ben Johnson with a cat around Hal's Hall, rubbing his head like, my pretty. My man Armando Emeterio Lara Jr. is in the house. What's up, buddy? Oh, you missed the whole show. That's pretty much what you missed. But I would love that. If any of you have some crazy skills, some AI skills, I'm working on them. Make a AI picture of Ben Johnson having a cat like Dr. Evil from what the hell? Michael Myers. I can't. Austin Powers. For the Austin Powers franchise. Have Ben Johnson in his Bears gear holding a cat, rubbing it like, or have him sitting there like this, have the thought bubble come out. I love 13 personnel. That's awesome. That would be great. Well, listen. Almost 2 hours has come and gone. About 90 minutes has come and gone. I want to thank you guys in the chat for getting it live. Making that place a fun place. Even when I'm doing my show, you guys take me off track because you got me laughing so damn much. You got me laughing so much, I forget what I finished up when I stopped laughing. Where I finished when I stopped laughing. So, great show. Round of applause to you guys because you guys always come through. And I'm grateful for it, thankful for it. And now it's time for me to go. Listen, have a great day. It's going to be much cooler today. High of 72. It's already 69. 69 right now. It's already 69 degrees right now. Another 3 more degrees. Ain't going to matter. It's going to be nice and cool today. It was nice and cool at CrossFit. Walked a mile. Afterwards, I had to put my towel around my head and roll it and then stick it in my shirt, looking like a lady in a babushka island. But I didn't want my head to get wet or get sick. I had to get sick because I was sweating. But I digress. Anyway, guys, I want you to have a great day. Beautiful out. Perfect day for a walk. Perfect day for a walk. All right, get out there, enjoy it. Let your loved ones know you love them because tomorrow is promised to no one. All right, folks, I will see you guys again on Friday. Friday. Have a wonderful day. But everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and your boy is out.
Come on, race the race. Get ready for the top and answer the clock.